Hey third grade, welcome back to Art with Miss B. It's so good to see you guys this week. And this week we are going to be doing a two-step project. Today's first step is going to be getting it drawn out, and then on Wednesday we'll get to add the color. We're going to be learning about a new artist today. You may have heard the name of this artist before, and you maybe have even seen some of his artworks. His name is Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso. Yep, he was a Spanish artist, but he lived a lot of his life in Paris, France. Now, Picasso is famous for having really weird looking faces. Okay, he would draw faces with parts of them not in the right spot. For example, maybe his nose wouldn't be over here, the nose would move over to his cheek, or one eye would be a lot higher than the other. Okay, he was known for that, and that kind of art is called cubism. It is turning something that has a natural look to it, like a human face, and making it look more like shapes. Okay, so we are going to begin to learn by watching a short video here about Pablo Picasso. It's going to talk about his history. It's going to talk about the type of art that he made and how he ended up making cubism his main style of art that he would do. So let's watch our video, and then I'll talk to you about what we're going to be doing today for our project.
Picasso, written and illustrated by Mike Venetia. Pablo Picasso was one of the greatest artists of the 20th century. He was born in Spain in 1881 and died in France in 1973. Picasso's father was an art teacher at the local school. He encouraged his son to paint and draw. He wanted Picasso to become a great artist someday. Picasso's painting style changed over the period of his life more than any other great artist. He was always trying new and different things. This painting was done when he was only 15 years old. This painting was done when Picasso was 57. There's quite a difference between the two paintings, isn't there? Sometimes Picasso would paint things that looked very flat. Sometimes he would paint things that looked so round that you might be able to pick them up right off the painting. When Picasso was 19, he left Spain and went to Paris, France. Some of the first paintings he did there looked a little bit like the work of other famous artists. This painting reminds many people of the work done by Toulouse-Lautrec. Some of Picasso's other early paintings remind people of Van Gogh, Gauguin, and Monet. Then something happened. Picasso's paintings changed. His work became different from anyone else's. His best friend died, and Picasso felt alone and sad. At the same time, none of his paintings were selling, and he was almost starving to death. Because of his mood, Picasso began to paint with lots of blue. Blue can be a very sad color. He made all the people in his paintings look lonely and sad. Some people thought Picasso's blue paintings were great. Others, including Picasso's father, thought they were just too strange. This meant his paintings were controversial. Picasso's blue period ended when he met a girl named Ferdinand. Ferdinand and Picasso fell in love, and soon a happier color started showing up in Picasso's paintings. This was the beginning of the Rose period. Not only were Picasso's colors happier during the Rose period, but he started painting happier things. Picasso painted a lot of circus people during this time. He often painted with their animals. The Rose period didn't last very long, though, because Picasso found a new way to paint that was really exciting and different. Cubism. Cubism was the next style of painting that Picasso developed and made famous. This is a cubist painting of one of Picasso's friends. The man in the painting looks like he's been broken up into little cubes. That's where the name Cubism came from. Look closely. Can you see the man's face? Cubism is one of the most important periods in the history of modern art. For hundreds of years, artists tried very hard to paint things so they looked real. Then Picasso came along and started to paint people and things that didn't look the way people and things were supposed to look. Picasso was always shocking people, but when he started painting people who had eyes and noses in the wrong places, Well, even some of his closest friends thought he had gone too far. Picasso kept working with Cubism and changed it over the years. It became much more colorful and flatter looking. It also became easier to see what Picasso was painting. In the painting Three Musicians, you can see the three musicians and tell what instruments they're playing. In 1937, something happened that made Picasso paint his most powerful and serious painting. During a civil war that was going on in Spain, the small town of Guernica was destroyed by bombs. Thousands of innocent people were killed or injured. Picasso became very angry and used everything he knew to make a painting that would show the world how foolish war was. He named the painting after the town that was destroyed. Picasso used darker colors, cubism, and lots of expression to get his angry feelings across in this painting. He also used size. This painting is huge. It's 12 feet high and 25 feet wide. Many of Picasso's paintings look funny because of the way he moves eyes, noses, and chins around. The amazing thing about these paintings is how much they look like the real person. Look at the painting of Picasso's best friend, Jamie. Does it look like the same man shown in the painting below? The thing that made Picasso such a great artist was his originality. He had the imagination to try new and different things his entire life. Picasso lived to be 92 years old. He was a great painter, but he was great at other things too. He made sculptures, prints, drawings, beautifully colored dishes and bowls. He even made costumes and sceneries for plays. It's a lot of fun to see real Picasso paintings. You'll be surprised at how big some of them are. Look for his...
Wasn't some of that stuff really strange looking? Yeah, he went out of his comfort zone and he tried something new and it paid off. He was willing to take risks and willing to make something look different. And now he's one of the most famous painters in all of art history because he dared to try something new. And I hope that you guys are going to be brave enough to get to show your art and the way you like to do art with the world and be brave just like Pablo Picasso. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be getting to make our own Picasso faces. Okay, now these are going to be silly, but they're also going to be really fun. Okay, so today I put onto Seesaw, so you should go find that. And that was a picture, and at the top it says, roll a Picasso. Okay, so it has, on the left side, it has a bunch of numbers that look like they're from a dice. And then it has a bunch of pictures of really random things, mostly like little squiggly lines. And you can kind of tell what some of the things are, but some of it you can't tell what they are. So you need to have that ready. You're going to need a piece of paper. You're going to need a die, okay, or a dice. I just grabbed one from my Monopoly game. And I'm going to use a black marker, but you can start yours with pencil first and then outline it with the black marker. Okay, that's really important. Make sure that it is drawn with pencil first. It's hard for you guys to see pencil on my camera, so I'm going to do it with marker right from the beginning. All right, so get all of those supplies and let's get started. Okay, so I have all of my tools, and in front of me on my computer screen, I have my roll of Picasso. So you'll see at the top it says first roll, second roll, third roll, fourth roll, fifth roll, sixth roll, seventh roll. That means we are going to be rolling 7 times, okay? And whatever it lands on, that is what you have to draw. Okay, so the first roll is going to be to decide what head shape you're going to have, okay? Now you'll see that some of the heads there don't look like the lines connect. If you get one of those heads, you can put hair on it, or you can give it a hat, or you can start those lines off of the edge of the paper. Okay, so the first one is to decide the head shape. All right, so I'm going to roll my dice. I got a 5. So the 5 is the one that kind of looks like a heart. So you want to make your head as big as the paper, as big as you can get it, okay? Now, it doesn't need to be exactly the same way as the one they see on there. Just try your best. Okay, so here's my big head. The one thing that we don't have on this game is like a neck and a shirt. So what I would recommend is once you get your head drawn out, go ahead and give yourself a neck. Like I'm gonna make mine kind of go, I'm gonna think of Picasso. I'm gonna make my neck kind of go like this. And then it's going to have some straight lines like this to be the shoulder. And I'm gonna just have the lines go like that. Okay, so now I have a head, a neck, and shoulders. So I'm going to continue to roll my dice and start adding those different features. Okay, so the second one is the first eye, and the third roll is the second eye. Okay, so you can choose which one goes on which side. That's up to you. So if it's your first eye, you can choose for it to be on the left side or the right side. All right, and the same with the ears. I think you can kind of tell which one belongs on which side. I think the first one is like the right ear. But go ahead and start rolling your dice and figuring out what your Picasso face is gonna look like. Isn't that hilarious? I had such a good time seeing what it was that I was gonna be rolling. No matter what, they're going to look a little bit silly, and that's okay. I think it's fun to get to laugh at ourselves a little bit and to have some fun with this project. Now, I was like, not a fan of the way that my head looked when I was all done, so I decided to give this person hair. So I just kind of like drew this extra line and then like a bun. So it was like a girl with a bun in her hair. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, guys, that looks like a Cubist Miss B. What do you think? Do you think it looks like me if I were to be a Cubist painting? Yeah, maybe if we added some glasses on there. Yeah, that's kind of silly. But I hope you guys had fun with yours. Thanks for working on your Picasso faces with me today. And I look forward to getting to add color with you on Wednesday. Let's see again. Picasso Miss B? I think so. Have a good day, third grade. We'll see you next time.